Hey everybody, good morning. Hope all is well. Look on the screen. Our thoughts and prayers are with this officer. She is not just an officer, she is also a mom. What was she doing? Doing her job, protect the community, working extra hours, doing something that Dusties don't do, work. I'm to the point now when it comes to the Dusties and their mammies, whatever happens to you, I have no sympathy. For the mammies, you're upholding these evil, diabolical, homicidal dust buckets. I have no sympathy when it comes your way. That's what you raised, you and your man. That's what you put here. This right here is a good example of my jingle. It validates it. Beware the angry black man, please have your gun in hand. Beware the angry black man, please have your gun in hand. He'll come for you. You don't even know this fool. Go upside your head, lay down, play dead. Beware the angry black man, please have your gun in hand. So call the cops. I hope he gets got. When the arrest begins, put him to an end. Beware the angry black man, please have your gun in hand. Beware the angry black man. Dun, 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 dun. Please have your loaded gun in hand. Y'all come back now. You hear? Let's see what happened to this woman. And this shouldn't happen to anyone, but you know what I kind of noticed about these Dusties? The chocolate drop Dusties. Let's go ahead and be specific. What I'm noticing about these chocolate drop Dusties, I've seen them before. They seem to go after some officers, but I'm kind of noticing they seem to really go after the black officers who's not shooting your on behind. That's not the ones who's really doing that. They seem to go after the black officers. What the hell is that about? Notice. And they really want to go after the women. Here, how can you protect and serve? And they've got 2 suspects already. Let's go ahead and get to the story. Just heartbreaking. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Fair use. Again, our thoughts and prayers out to this officer. I'm not only do want her to have a recovery, but please let her have her health intact. She's doing her job until 2 dust buckets came along. I hope if they are the ones it's found, I understand that they've already confessed. They shouldn't even be, if it was up to me, they wouldn't even be breathing. Fair use, check it out.
Yeah, the big story we are following tonight, Officer Kiona Holly fighting for her life. The mother, sister, and friend ambushed in South Baltimore while picking up some extra hours on the job just days before Christmas. And now police still working to find whoever pulled that trigger. Welcome to WJZ News at 11, and to all of you streaming us tonight, I'm Rick Ritter.
And I'm Vic Hardy, entire city, praying for this officer to pull through. She's on life support, shock trauma right now, as police chase down every possible lead in this case.
And we have had crews on the story since it broke earlier this morning. Tonight, our live team coverage continues, beginning with WJZ investigator Mike Helgren breaking down what happened in this heinous incident. Mike.
Rick and Vic, someone shot into Officer Holly's patrol car. She accelerated and crashed, and right now she remains in intensive care here at Shock Trauma. Police are making progress on leads in this case, and tonight we heard a powerful and emotional message from the officer's sister.
The person who did this to my sister, you are a coward. You tried to snuff her and take something that you can't. She is stronger than you will ever be.
The sister of Officer Kiona Holly pleaded for justice hours after Holly was ambushed on the job. The shooter walked up behind her patrol car in Curtis Bay and opened fire, striking Officer Holly twice and leaving her on life support.
We have an officer down. Is an officer hit? This has been a lifelong goal of my sister, to serve the Baltimore City Police Department. If you have an honest, decent, empathetic bone in your body, that you speak up and say something.
Police recovered a vehicle and are interviewing several people they believe may be connected to the attack.
No officer should have to experience a day like this one.
Holly joined the force 2 years ago. In an interview with Business Insider in 2020, she said she wanted to make a difference.
The community needs Baltimore City police officers that's just not here for a paycheck. They're here because they care.
She volunteered to work overtime when she was ambushed.
My sister is fighting for her life, and we will continue to fight for her and with her. I ask that you keep her covered, that you pray for her, that you pray for us.
The ATF, FBI, and Maryland State Police are all assisting
Go
in
get
this
'em.
investigation, and there is a reward that's now up to
Go get 'em.
$118,000 for information leading to an arrest.
Trust me, I am not rich. I would turn them in for free and give the money to the family. And I could sure invest it, but I would give it to the family. Black Lives Matter, where the hell are you? Not just when some old criminal dust bucket and got they behind shot. Where are you? This is what happens when you try to give a darn about Blackistan. This is what happens to you. When you give a darn about Blackistan, this is what happens to you when you try to make a difference. This is what happens. This is what happens. Pretty lady on the screen. This is what happens when you try and do something positive. I kid you not. It's like that commercial. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you've all seen it. The Domino's commercial. And I thought about that, and I said most people think, oh, just a commercial is a good thing. Do you not see the hidden meaning behind Domino's, what they're doing? And I hate to say this, the Black community is so far behind collectively, it's never going to catch up. For all the beautiful, intelligent people, keep on doing what you're doing. Network, try and create your wealth. If they sitting up poor and ragged and ignorant, leave them. A lot of time, poorness is in your mind. You can be poor and not have money, but it's your mindset. Ignorant. All poor people are not ignorant, but you got some people, they just got a piss poor mentality, can't learn, won't listen to a darn thing somebody try to tell their broke ass. Don't listen. The Domino's commercial, have you noticed that how they spend what, $100,000 on other restaurants from mom and pop organizations, small businesses, so they don't have to pay all the delivery fees. They spend all that money to say, hey, go shop with the small businesses. And I thought about it. How can it happen in the BC? More than likely not, because there's so much hatred and jealousy, and so many people have that disease. They want to be the only one that's on top. But see, that Domino's commercial, it lets you know how certain people stay on top. They help each other. I read that book, one of the books by Obama, and he mentioned that in one of his books, how that when things were slow, he tried to rally the other Black business owners to get together and help someone else out. And nobody wants to get involved. Everybody's for themselves. I did a video on Patreon. Check it out. The Patreon members, look at that video. Look at that video. It's not rocket science. You wonder why some people are on top? It's not hard to figure out. The ignorance, the self-hatred that permeates the BC. The Domino's commercial, they bought all those little gift cards to help the mom and small pop businesses. Why? Because they've already made it. They're not like the average in the BC. We wants to be the only one. See, ICE did it, y'all. Nobody else did, but ICE did it. Oh, ICE the one. The rest of them, no. Those people understand. They love each other. They love their culture. They understand business. You don't create wealth off no job, my job, unless you got to specialize as a surgeon, maybe a successful attorney, and all attorneys can't create wealth. It just depends. But the Domino's commercial, very powerful. They bought all those gift cards to small businesses to keep, why? So those businesses can stay open. To stay open. Why so they can stay open? Because they know it's going to generate money. It generates success. It generates, it provides generational wealth. It will put a dent in unemployment and poverty. And they don't want to see their people living hand to mouth like a bunch of darn hood rats. Just to be honest. They see the handwriting on the wall. If that business fails, oh my goodness, then that business fails, then that means the people that work for the business are going to have to go and get a job elsewhere. And then so will the business owner. That can lead to a lot of poverty. We have a way to circumvent that. With this group in the BC, it's very difficult to do. I keep telling you, try and move in the BC and see what happens to you. Here she is, not just in it for the check, has a good heart. You might think because you're black like they are, they can relate to you. No, the hatred is so strong. A dope dealer, a child molester, a gangbanger will have more protection in the black community, collectively speaking, especially the inner cities. Dope dealer, pedophile, gangbanger will have more protection in the black community than a small business owner, a cop like her who seems to give a darn. Anybody trying to get education. That's how low and sick a lot of our people are. Ghetto mentality. Hood rat. Again, this is the only community where I know where people that try to open up businesses, they either boycott a black business owner, or it's some drama, want something free, or they rob you, or you get murdered. Welcome to the BC. It's nothing but a darn tragedy. Poverty D, poverty C, whoever they be, it's a certified tragedy. Now, let's see who they have on it. Oh my gosh. Let's check it out, ladies and gentlemen. There are 2 suspects here. I believe they've confessed fair use. Here we go.
Law enforcement sources. Police created their own big break in the case using surveillance footage and license plate readers. Sources say they found Knox first, who confessed, and then told them about Shaw's involvement.
We don't know why they did this. We have absolute confessions that they did it. They were there. We don't have motive as to why.
Police identify the suspects as 32-year-old Trayvon Shaw and 31-year-old Elliot Knox. According to law enforcement sources, police arrested Knox first. He admitted to being at the scene where Officer Kiona Holly was ambushed, sitting in her marked patrol car. But sources say Knox claimed that Shaw did the shooting. Knox also told police where to find one of the firearms. Police ultimately recovered 2 weapons. The violence continued an hour later when investigators say Knox and Shaw shot and killed Justin Johnson on Lucia Avenue in southwest Baltimore. Neighbors there remember hearing the gunfire.
Boom, 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 boom. And it's just crazy. It's like, it's like everywhere now. So it's like crazy now,
Neighbors say Johnson had 3 children. Police believe the suspects knew him, but Johnson may not have known them. Police wouldn't offer any connection between Johnson and Officer Holly. We're told Officer Holly remains on life support. She has 4 children and has been with the department since 2019.
In this moment, I cannot overstate how angry and disheartened we all are that we continue to have those in our community who are intent on committing violent acts, especially against law enforcement officers. It is unacceptable, and we will not tolerate it.
Surveillance cameras, license plate readers, and community cooperation helped solve the case.
These were brazen and senseless acts of violence, and it shows how far we have to go to show people and how to make sure that folks understand that this cannot continue and that you cannot snuff someone out for something so petty. You cannot think that our police officers should be a target for you.
The suspects are being held at central booking. Court dates have not yet been set. Reporting live from the Bishop Rock.
So Dusty Mammies, I tell you, and their sons, these black men pretty much just gonna work for the Klan. I wish we could turn them over to them. Seriously, just go on over there. They might have a little firewood, have a little fire for you. Now, so she's a mother of 4. How will she take care of her children? Oh yeah, she's in intensive care. Then they shoot someone else. He's a parent of, he has 3 children. Things like this here, it is unbelievable. These dusty black men might as well work for the Klan. They can retire. They got your dumb ass on the job. And you wonder why nobody's investing in them? You think about it. They ask about reparations. Biden already let you know they're going to invest in an immigrant. Really? How can you invest in this community? As I said before, gentrification. Who the hell gonna fix up something while that element is there? And for those of us, we aren't like the Dusties and Dustinas. We share the same color skin. You got to go too. I hope she pulls through. Mammies, you did a good job in choosing their poverty D seed and becoming an IOD, incubators of destruction. That's what they are. IODs, incubators of destruction. That's exactly what they are. We need prison reform. Yeah, I got your prison reform. Guess what? You need more darn prisons. Prison reform. Maybe if these were locked up, and I'm going to say this here. I just don't see how you could up and do this. I'm quite sure they've got felonies. I don't think anyone who's felony free going to sit up. Well, I think I'm going to go down here and just start. Hey, she's in a marked car. Just shoot my gun. Shoot twice. What did you think was going to happen to your dumb behind? So prison reform? Yeah, you need to build more prisons because these dusties are out of hand. Black Lives Matter. I saw an article. They're losing support. Gee, I wonder why all these dust buckets. They're doing all the killing and victimizing of women and children. Who do you think is going to fight for you? This is how stupid they are. But for the mammies, IOD, you carry poverty D. The men, they just done ran off. They don't care. They don't give a darn whether the child live or die. They don't give a darn. And they don't give a darn what the child does. Her and kiss somebody. What? Not on me, it's on his mama. What the hell were you? She didn't get pregnant by herself. Ladies, if you don't have children, stick to the plan. Avoid Blackistan. You're trying to do something to help the community, help yourselves. It's very dangerous trying to help this community. Again, if you're a pedophile, you could be a gangbanger or rob or anything negative. As long as it's a dusty black man, you're going to have that protection of the BC. You have that protection. Business owners trying to, anybody that's working on a job every day, keep your home clean. You got a plan. You know, you're living your life felony free. You really don't matter to this community. Black Lives Matter, where you at? Why aren't you protesting this here? But they always want to show up when there's some old dust bucket with a hashtag. He get got. Oh, they didn't have to shoot him. They didn't have to shoot him. In this case, I wish they had. Anyway, I hope some prayers out to the officers and to the other man that was shot. Now, 7 children have their holidays ruined. She's got 4. Other man's got 3. Why? One parent not here. One parent's in ICU. And who? Beware the angry black man, please have your gun in hand. Beware the angry black man, dun 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 dun. Please have your loaded gun in hand. I'm out.